Psst. Hey, did you hear about the center console 2 slips down? No, what happened? Last weekend, ran aground at low tide. Full speed, full send. Totally hard aground. Oh man, what did he say happened? I heard he blamed it on the chart plotter. Not the chart plotter excuse. Yeah, skegs are all bent up, and you know the props never lie. Yeah, the props always know the truth, but don't tell anybody I told you. Hey, what you guys talking about? Oh, just a little prop chatter, huh? That's not prop chatter, that's gossip. Let me show you what prop chatter really is. Why it was a problem for us and how we fixed it. So prop chatter is something that's common on outboards similar to these Yamahas here, which are F200 XBs, 2016s. And so they're a 4-cylinder inline engine, which means that they don't have the normal opposing V of a V-shaped engine. So they create a little bit of extra vibration that travels down through the drive shaft, down through the lower unit, and to the props. And the only time you really notice that vibration is at low RPMs, like when you just clutched in the engine. And that vibration steadies out once you bump it ahead a little bit and you're at about 1,000 RPMs. So what Yamaha did to resolve this problem is they created a shift dampening system that they built into their props. And so now there's a special line of props that we have to install, which should have that dampening system, and we'll replace these props right here that do not have any dampening system installed. So we're going to take these props off. Quick look here at our tools of the trade for this project. You'll notice the Yamaha Reliant series with the SDS, that shift dampening system. So for this boat we've got 14 1/4 inch diameter props with a 17 pitch. Yamaha's got a pretty cool prop selection tool right on their website. I went through that selection tool and it confirmed that we had the right prop sizes on here, the right pitch. We just need one with the SDS in it. So what you'll see here is this is an 1.25 inch tool to get the prop nut off. And the little plastic device will hold the prop in place. And then of course we'll need some pliers to get off the cotter pin that holds that prop nut in place. Quick unboxing of these beautiful props here. Brand new. Oh, look at that beautiful Yamaha Reliant series. And if you look down inside the back of the prop, you can see right through most of it, but this rubber dampening system in here, specially made, is what's going to absorb the shift and the vibration from the engine. Very nice. While we're here, we'll talk about the fact that since we have 2 outboards, we have counter-rotating screws. So what that means is that I'm going to make sure I have counter-rotating props, right? This is how I make sure I got 2 of the right props here, is that these very visibly are made to rotate the opposite directions. Getting these old props off isn't too difficult. Really just need a set of needle nose pliers to bend close this cotter pin that holds the prop nut on. The Yamaha owner's manual will tell you to replace this cotter pin every time you twist or spread this thing open. So this can be, could potentially break. And then once you lose this cotter pin, then this whole nut could come right off. And once the nut comes off, your whole prop comes off. And then you're stuck. Next thing is to take the ground nut, prop nut, call it what you want nut. So this is a purpose-built device. A lot of people just use a block of wood right here, but this thing was made for this. Just use it to restrict the blade from rotating. Oh, that was very loose. Looser than I was expecting. Alright, there it is. There we go. Right. Alright, so we got the prop off, and we've got this prop spacer here, which makes sure that this doesn't get set too close to the lower unit housing here. So we're going to give everything a quick refresh with some Yamaha lubricant marine grease, and we'll put everything back together. There we go. Give this guy a little clean. Make sure the excess is off of there. Got plenty of grease on our threads here. Crown nut, prop nut, going back on. We gotta line these grooves up with the hole where the cotter pin goes through. Like a cotter pin hole is right here, so now let's go see if we have a brand new cotter pin to put in. So I went by West Marine on the way, grabbed some handy dandy replacement cotter pin. This one's a little bit long, but I think it'll work just fine. Maybe a 1/4 inch too long, but that's okay. But if you look at the owner's manual for the Yamaha F200 XB, which these are for, it is crystal clear, and it says in large bold print, do not reuse the cotter pin from the last one. And I know that's tempting for all of us to maybe do that. We do not want to reuse the cotter pin. If this thing were to back off, you could have problems. There we go. Splitting that cotter pin so that it doesn't come out. Bring this guy all the way around so it's not sticking out. Doesn't become something that gets, causes an injury to somebody. There it is. So when the prop's spinning through the water now, that's how it looks. And you can see that shift dampening system right in there. We're gonna do the same for the other side. Pull off the spacer here. Give this a quick cleanup with the wire brush. Make sure there's no debris. They talk about also make sure that there's no fishing line, any debris from just being out there running. This is when you want to make sure there's nothing in there that it shouldn't be. I've also got a rag here to kind of wipe out some of this old sooty grease. Put some new grease on. Getting the teeth and all lined up. Oh, feels so good when it slides right on there like that. All right. Again with our washer, make sure it's nice and clean, ready to go on. And then back to our, I like the term crown nut. Let's go with crown nut. Definitely looks like a crown. Let's get some of this big corrosion off of here. So now we're gonna, to snug this up, we're gonna put our block back in place. Again, we're watching, we need to line up the hole for the cotter pin with the gap in the crown nut. So I'm gonna give this thing a, I'm not tightening this thing too much, you know. We don't want this thing to wiggle, but we definitely don't want to over tighten it. There's our brand new cotter pin to go in. That's it. New props installed. There we go. See my workbench? These things are going to be amazing. So I'm sure most of you guys can relate to this. It's now, the sun is setting. Well, we just hit sunset and I'm out here with the satisfaction of looking at my job and seeing that I have two new props in place. I'm very satisfied that they're both Yamaha. These are the Reliance series with that dampening system in place. I'm very excited to put the boat back in the water so I can put that thing in gear, see if I still hear the same chunky vibration of the prop chatter that bothered me so much when I first test drove this boat. I knew I heard something, I knew it didn't sound right, and I knew I was gonna end up addressing it to get it fixed. It took a little bit of research and reading, but thank goodness other people have been online, shared their knowledge and experience on issues like this and how we can fix it. And the Yamaha has thought through this. They've come up with this system that we'll see if it fixes things, but be right back. Okay, so we're all friends here, right? We can admit our mistakes. Yesterday when I installed the new props, I made a critical mistake, and that was that I didn't install the prop spacer, which should keep the prop firmly in place and keeps the crown nut in just the right place, or the castle nut. So we're gonna fix that right now. Okay, here we are back in the water. Want to get some sound to compare to what they sounded like before and what they sound like now. Victory over prop chatter! Celebratory Doritos.